you visit with a lot of agents. I know you travel a lot. I've talked to you many times. I can't be the only one that you talk to. So I would have to guess that you've probably got a pretty good pulse on the way things are going out there right now, especially inside our organization. What challenges are you seeing right now kind of across the enterprise?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there is as many stories as there are agents, right? But I think a lot of the challenge is the same as any business in any industry, which is you've got lots and lots of priorities and never enough resources. And so entering 2019, there's this big push for getting as many new customers as possible, doing lots of marketing and such. At the same time, there's also a huge emphasis on how are we going to get in front of all of our customers and deepen those connections and be able to position more of our offerings with them in multi-line and drive retention and so forth. So I think it's a balancing act for sure for any business to try to manage both of those things.
You talked a little bit about that little balancing act that we do. Is it hard because there's not good people out there, or what is it that makes you think it's hard to balance closing new clients with meeting existing clients? Like, what's the hang up there?
Yeah, honestly, the first reason for that, I think, is kind of a philosophical one. It's a philosophical bridge that some agents cross and drive a lot of success. And that is, a lot of agencies, I think, just haven't fully embraced their calling yet. Like, they're so focused on the grind and so focused on cash flowing their business that they haven't really gotten passionate about their agency's impact. And that's ironic because it's that high impact that drives high revenue. So it's like a chicken and an egg thing. And so people get stuck in startup mode. They're still in startup mode on year 5 and 6 and 7, still scrambling for new customers to pay next month's bills. And so, there are a lot of great examples of agents who have overcome that. One that comes to mind is Brian Jackson out in Indiana. Brian is an amazing guy. I don't know if you've heard of Brian or met him, but
I have not met Brian.
Well, his recipe is really simple. He loves his people. He loves the people that he serves. Now, I've met him a couple of times, and I've been able to talk shop with him some, enough to know that he runs a very tight ship, right? He's an effective business owner, runs a tight ship. He's got great processes in place. He's got a very robust strategy that his business is mapped out to over the long term. But when he gets up in the morning, he's thinking about, how am I going to go out and serve and love my people? And he's obsessed with making sure that something doesn't happen to one of his people just because he didn't do his job, right? And so he's got tons of great stories about lives he has stories about lives that would have been ruined, completely devastated, except that he took the time and the accountability to prepare them ahead of time so that they could weather the storm and come out on top. So I love those agencies. They're a great example of what happens when you really embrace your calling as an agent.